What's going on, everybody? This is Dave from This is Pop Punk Promotions. I'm here with Stuart from Playfight from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. How's it going, Stuart?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing, buddy?
Doing great. Really appreciate you coming on. Let's dive right into it. So how
Mm-hmm.
did you guys form?
So it all started kind of John started the band when he moved back home to Toronto. And he had a couple guys before, and he reached out to me through our Defend Ontario pop punk group. And he's like, hey, I've got these demos. There's words over some of these, but no words over others. Like, can you sing this stuff? And I was like, oh, heck yeah, I can. So I just literally recorded at my house back when I lived in Barrie. Um, One of my buddies had like a pretty much a fully functioning recording studio in our house. So I just tracked it and sent it off to him. And he's like, yep, I'm in. And we've kind of just been making music together and getting it going from there.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So you guys released Did I Ever Tell You in February? How's the response been?
It's good, it's good because we've been with each release. I've been changing up my marketing tactics a little bit and my promotion tactics, whereas before I was like spam links everywhere. Everyone's got to hear this. Yeah. And with Did I Ever Tell You, I think I posted it in two groups. And I think right now we're getting with Did I Ever Tell You in home, I think we're getting our most consistent listenership and return listeners. And it's funny because I've put less effort into the marketing side there than I did, say, for Tell Me I'm Wrong or So Naturally. And it's good. Like, we've been consistently sitting at just north of 2,000 monthly listeners, just based on those two tracks alone. So I find it's like less is more with the marketing, even though my marketing teacher's probably rolling in their bed right now saying that's wrong. So yeah, it's good. Like, it's consistent, it climbs, and just does the whole bar graph thing. But yeah,
That's really cool.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, it's crazy because we've only been together, like, officially a band for not even a year. And to have like this consistent, like, we don't have huge numbers like a lot of my friends' bands do, but we've been getting consistent and we want to climb with that consistency because what I'm noticing a lot, even in like major, well, as major as you can get in pop punk, people get these viral hits. And so you kind of go to their Spotify and you could see where that TikTok song blew up. And then the rest of their songs are like kind of down low. But we kind of want to build that consistent listenership up throughout our discography.
So who did you guys release or record the song with, and how was the process?
So we do everything DIY. John's an engineer, so he does a lot of the instrument. Well, he does all the instrumentation at his house in Toronto, and I record remote here, and I send him the vocal wave files, and he mixes them in. So we're kind of like a true blue DIY band. We do everything ourselves, all our graphics ourselves. We pay our photographer, like we paid our friend Jeremy to do our photography in the past, but with the addition of Caleb now, who is a photographer, he's able to kind of do that for us as well. So we do everything in-house.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we try to keep it, because especially like we're all in our 30s. Like, I'm 30, John's 30, Caleb's 32. We got expenses, so we want to keep overhead as low as possible. To
definitely feel you on that.
Yeah, we're not young kids anymore with leftover student loans to burn. So we want to do it well. Like, we didn't want to sacrifice quality, but we also realize we all bring so much to the table outside of musicianship. We might as well use it. I feel like it's a waste if you have someone who, they may not have gone to school for graphic design, but they know their way around even Canva Pro to create social media stuff. It's a wasted opportunity to not take advantage of that.
So how's the pop punk scene there? Do you have a favorite venue, a favorite local venue?
So my favorite, well, local to me, we have the Queens in Barrie, but my favorite venue to play in Ontario. I guess we'll go that because we're spread out all over the province. My favorite local venue, I kind of like the Doors in Hamilton. It's a smaller venue, but it's really cool because it's like a metal bar and a taco joint underneath it. Um, and it's smaller and intimate, but yeah, it's a lot of fun to play. Um, our pop punk scene Ontario wise is good. Everyone seems to get, it's like everybody love everybody. Even like there's some bands who will really try to pull the younger bands up, being like, hey, like let's go, like we want you on this bill. Like everyone's really in it for each other, which I find is really beneficial to keep a healthy scene alive.
That's really refreshing to hear.
Yeah, because I grew up in the Barrie hardcore scene, so that's where I get my roots from.
Okay.
And noticing even just when you have bands like Alexis on Fire starting to break out, Silverstein breaking out, Boys Night Out breaking out, and like all these bands starting to break out, there was a level of like, well, maybe this was the immaturity of the being a younger kid, but you kind of got jealous. You're like, they're not even that good. Why are they blowing up? They're not even that good. But now that I'm like older, I'm like, yo, let's just hang out, have a few pops, play some pop punk songs, get the kids involved, because like we need to, like when we're gone and we move on, we need the scene to kind of stay going. And so I think I find that a lot. Like you have these larger bands trying to cultivate newer acts to come out and like really promote getting together with your buddies and making music. So
That's sick.
yeah.
So who are your biggest influences?
So for our band, we always say a day to remember is huge, because especially with newer stuff that I'm gonna hint at but not really spoil, we do go a bit heavier. So we have that a day to remember feel where it's that pop core, uh, easy core type thing. Newfound Glory, Blink 182 feel. But what I always say with our band is we kind of recognize where pop punk came from with like the Adolescents, the Green Days, and the late 80s, early 90s band, where it's been with the TRL core, Blink 182, Newfound Glory, Sum 41s, and recognize where it's going. So we pull influence from like all three of those facets of pop punk, right? So we have, with the new school, we have some stuff that sounds like Mod Sun, like we could sell it to Mod Sun, but on the same, like on this different side of the same coin, we have something that's heavier and more hardcore influenced. So we kind of wanted to go pop punk without borders while maintaining a sense of genre, because I know there is a bunch of genre bending going on, but you kind of have to make you, with genre comes identity. You kind of have to make your identity, and if you're all over the map, then people don't know what to expect, and it's kind of alienating.
So if you could tour with any of those bands, which one?
If I could tour with any of those bands, I would wholeheartedly want to tour with Newfound Glory. Yeah, Newfound Glory for sure. And if I could create just a show, a tour package that I'd be on, it'd be Newfound Glory, The Wonder Years, and us. That would be like a dream come true.
That would be amazing. I would definitely go to that show.
Yeah, that'd probably be a, like, for actually, yeah, that'd be just like the amount of stage dives would be crazy, and just the crowd engagement would be wonderful, which is huge for me. Like I love feeding off the energy of the crowd, and I want to also take that energy and provide more, because we're in an entertainment business more so than a music business, right? So you can only play your instruments so many different ways till it kind of becomes derivative, and um, you want to set yourself apart in the performance. That's my philosophy. I know there's some people who are like, well, I want to play really fast. My name, like our band's called Rufio. Like we want to play really fast, or we want to play drop tune to drop Z, or we want to do this. But I'm just all about providing an energy that is unmatched by anyone else. So that's my goal. Yeah. Because like even if you look through some of the photos like of our band performing live, like I'm always airborne, just like the floor is lava styles. So
That's how it should be.
yeah, exactly.
Doing it right.
Yeah. My parents
Yeah.
didn't put me in all those sports growing up for no reason. You got to put that.
So now I'm gonna ask you some non-music questions. It's a good way for me to get to know you. I did this with the other bands I interviewed. Are you ready?
Yeah, I am.
All right, first one. Favorite holiday?
Favorite holiday? Thanksgiving. Easy. No gifts, all food, all good. Like it's the only holiday where you get everyone together, you eat a giant meal, and you're not expected to bring gifts. Because I'm awful at it. I am a terrible gift giver.
That's
So
interesting and good way of looking at it.
yeah.
So if you're stranded on a desert island and you could have 3 items with you, what items?
Can one of them be a boat? I bring a boat, a fishing rod, and you know what? I haven't been on holidays in a while. I'd probably stay on the island. I just go fishing. So I bring a flint to start a fire to cook the fish on.
I like it. Very simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
Simple and right to the point.
Absolutely. It's practical too, because I have the boat, so I can leave whenever I want.
Right. So if you could go back in time and talk to one world leader or person of influence, who would it be?
Oh, good question. If I could go back and talk to one person of influence or world leader.
Dead musicians count as people of influence.
Yeah, I was gonna say anyone who would have a blue check mark in today's social media. I probably have to say that's tough because there's a bunch I want. So I would probably talk to. Actually, you know what? I'll make it easier on myself. I'll make it a musician. I would probably talk to George Harrison from the Beatles. Just because I feel like his name isn't brought up enough with that project. And I think that's really cool because it's like, yeah, you're in the biggest band in the world at the time. And everyone's talking about how great John and Paul are. And then you have the other people who talk about how bad Ringo is. George Harrison, his name kind of just like, in comparison, doesn't really carry that much weight with that band, but he's a phenomenal guitarist. And I don't know, just, yeah, I'd talk to him.
I like it.
Yeah.
So if you had $1 million, you could donate it to any charity. Which one?
Ooh, that's I would donate it to probably World Vision. Because my family growing up, we had one of those adopted where you give money every month. And our family always had like a few kids through World Vision, so that's kind of the one I grew up with. And I remember my parents saying, yeah, a large percent of the money goes to the actual family in need. So yeah, probably World Vision.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right, man. Last question. What are some places there that visitors should check out?
In Canada or in Toronto?
Where you're at?
Where I'm at? Okay. So if you're an outdoorsy person, 3 places you need to check out are Tobermory, specifically Cypress Lake. You need to check out Aurora Gorge, and you need to check out Niagara Falls. If you're kind of a high life person and you like to be out in the city, you need to check out Liberty Village in Toronto. You also need to check out the distillery. Pretty much anywhere in Toronto, you're going to have a good time. There's a lot of cool pubs and bars and things to see. There's the ROM in Toronto. If you are a history a history buff. Yeah, the ROM. There's also, if you're into like ancient stuff, in Peterborough, there's the petroglyphs. And there's just a lot to do. But my top three: visit Toronto, visit Tobermory, and visit Ottawa. Those are my three.
You'll have to take me to those places when I get up there.
Absolutely. They're kind of spread all over the place, but they're definitely worth the time. Especially going to Tobermory. I tried to go up there. It's about 3.5 hours from me. It's really cool. They got the grotto. The water almost looks tropical, which is crazy in Canada. So like if you Google it right now, Cypress Lake Grotto, it looks incredible. So, and the water is freezing.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's really freaking cold right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out on Google after we're done.
Absolutely.
Well, I really appreciate you, man, coming on, chatting up a little bit. The support means the world to me.
Yeah, no worries. It's good to chat. Like I'm always down to chat with music. I'm down anything really. So I'll be online chatting, dropping lines into groups and stuff like that. So it's cool, kind of like what the pop punk online community is like, because growing up you had your local scene and that's it. Now we kind of have little highlight reels of worldwide scenes going on. Like I can kind of see what you're doing down in Hershey. I can see like what Danny's doing over in England. I can see what my buddies are doing out in Calgary. It's crazy too. So like that's the one part where social media kind of does it right. So because I can also see in Toronto, like down the road, like the highway from me, I can see a bunch of new bands I've never heard before and probably never would have if it weren't for like Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah, you can thank Facebook and Instagram and platforms like that for that.
Yeah. You kind of have to take the bad with the good. Like
right.
people are like, oh, social media is the reason why everyone's depressed. I'm like, yeah, but it's also the reason why I know like half these bands that I listen to on a daily basis.
Right.
So
trying to look at it from a positive point of view.
Absolutely. You got to stay posy.
There you go.
Yeah.
So for the people that are going to watch this later on, where can they find your music at?
So they can find us anywhere they listen to music. So we're on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, anywhere. We have our link tree. If you go link tr.ee_playfight, or you could find us on any social media at _playfight, except Facebook. It's Playfight is a band because they wouldn't let us use the underscore before. So
Facebook
just find it. Oh yeah, it does. So yeah, _playfight on most social medias like TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, and Playfight is a band for Facebook.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I hope you have a great night, my friend.
Yeah, take it easy. Don't work too hard.
I'll try not to. You too.
Yeah.
We'll chat soon.
Absolutely.
See you later.
Later.